Good evening. This is the Public Safety Beer and Regulated Beverages Committee meeting starting. I'll start with the motion, governor's motion for electronic meetings. And with that motion, we'll also take attendance. So if after the motion and second, if you would indicate by saying aye, that will also be used for our attendance. And with that, pursuant to Governor Lee's Executive Order number 71 regarding electronic meetings, I make a motion that this committee meeting agenda constitutes the essential business of the Metropolitan Council, and that meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. Councilman Pulley. Oh, I'm sorry. Second.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. With no discussion, we'll take a vote. Councilman Pulley? Yes, Councilman Pulley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnston. Councilman Nash. Yes, I know. Councilman Nash. Aye. Councilmember Roberts.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Rosenberg.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Swope.
Present. Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Taylor. He's not here. Councilmember Vercher.
Aye.
Chairs here. Aye. Councilmember Porterfield.
Aye.
Thank you. And if someone could mute your mic, please. We hear some feedback in the background. If everyone would please mute your mics. Thank you. All right, with that, we will move into a consent agenda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 present here, and we have a quorum. So we'll move into the consent agenda. I'll read off the numbers, and if there's anything that needs to pull off, let me know. And I'll pull it off before going through all of the descriptions. So on consent, we have resolution 2021-742 by Toombs and Gamble, resolution 2021-743 by Toombs and Gamble, resolution 2021-744 by Toombs and Gamble, resolution 2021-745, resolution 2021-746, resolution 2021-747. And I would like to add bills on second reading that were discussed during public safety, and I suspect we'll have the same motions. Bill 2020-581 by O'Connor, Rosenberg, and Young to defer to the second meeting in April, and Bill 2020-582 by Johnston, Pulley, Nash, and others to consent to defer to the second meeting in April. Is there, that's the consent agenda. Is there anything that needs to be pulled off before I read through the captions? All right, with that. Oh, I do see a hand.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Councilmember Rosenberg.
I'm sorry. So will the consent agenda motion then be to approve everything except 581 and 582 and defer those to the second meeting? And
no, the consent agenda would be to add those for consent to defer to the second meeting in April.
Okay, so it's to approve everything except defer those two to the second meeting in April.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. With that, I'll read through the captions. On consent, resolution 2021-742, Toombs and Gamble approves an application for a hazardous materials emergency preparedness grant from the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency to the Metropolitan Government. Resolution 2021-743, Toombs and Gamble approves an intergovernmental agreement between the Metro Nashville Police Department and Williamson County Sheriff's Office for the distribution of state grant funds to assist with investigations of internet crimes against children. Also on consent, resolution 2021-744, Toombs and Gamble approves an intergovernmental agreement between the Metro Nashville Police Department and the Tennessee Association of Chiefs of Police for the distribution of state grant funds to assist with investigations of internet crimes against children. Resolution 2021-745, Toombs and Gamble approves an intergovernmental agreement, the Metro Nashville Police Department and the City of Spring Hill Police Department for the distribution of state grant funds to assist with investigations of internet crimes against children. Resolution 2021-746, Toombs and Gamble approves an intergovernmental agreement between the Metro Nashville Police Department and Dickson County Sheriff's Office for the distribution of state grant funds to assist with investigations of internet crimes against children. Resolution 2021-747, Toombs and Gamble approves an intergovernmental agreement between the Metro Nashville Police Department and the City of Cookeville Police Department for the distribution of state grant funds to assist with investigations of internet crimes against children. Bills on second reading on consent. Bill 2020-581, O'Connell, Rosenberg, Young, Sepulveda, amends the Metro Code to permit the use of license plate scanner technology on or within law enforcement vehicles. Consent to defer to the second meeting in April. Also, Bill 2020-582, Johnston, Pulley, Nash, and others, amends the Metro Code of laws to pertaining to the use of license plate reader technology in the public right-of-ways. Consent to defer to the second meeting in April. And that is the consent agenda. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and that's a motion to approve everything except for the last two bills, which are on deferral until the second meeting in April, right?
That was clearly stated. Do we need a
Thank you.
further clarification, Ms. Zeitlin or legal, anybody on the phone, on the call? That is correct. Those two last bills were to consent to defer to the second meeting in April.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, it has been moved and properly second. If we can take we'll do individual.
Pardon me, Madam Chair. I'm sorry, I have my hand up. If I could be recognized.
Yes, please.
And I'm so sorry. I know you went over this with Councilmember Rosenberg, but I just want to make sure I understand. So are we not going to discuss the deferral? This is just to automatically defer, but we're not going to have conversation about the legislation here?
Well, I asked in the beginning if any of those bills needed to be pulled for discussion. We can have discussion if you'd like to pull that off the consent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed when you said that. I thought you were asking if we wanted anything pulled from the previous consent agenda. I didn't realize that you were asking for 581 or 582 to be pulled. I just know that there was a lot of conversation in public safety, and I thought that in the previous meeting, I'm so sorry, and I thought that there want to be some conversation here. So I'm fine with not pulling it, Madam Chair. I don't know if someone else wants to, so thank you for clarifying.
Would anyone else like to have those bills pulled for further discussion? I don't see any hands. It was discussed during the public safety meeting, both bills, that there is more. I'm sorry, Public Works, thank you. Public Works, that more discussion, more community discussion is needed, and both of the sponsors agreed and motioned to defer their bills until the second meeting in April to allow that discussion to happen. So if there is not any further discussion for this committee, then we will keep them on consent to defer to the second meeting in April. Okay. I see no hands. The motion has been moved and properly second, and we will take a roll call vote. Councilman Pulley for the consent agenda.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnston, just checking to see if she's made it back. Okay. Councilman Nash.
Aye.
Councilmember Roberts.
Aye.
Councilmember Rosenberg.
Aye.
Councilman Swope.
Yes.
Councilmember Vercher. Councilmember Vercher. Chair votes aye. Councilmember Porterfield.
I'm an aye, Chair.
Oh, thank you. Councilmember Porterfield.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 8 in favor, 0 against, any abstentions? No, that's 8 and 8. All right, we will move to the first resolution on our agenda. Resolution RS 2021-734 by Parker and Allen extends the provisions of the Metro Codes of Laws relative to sidewalk cafes. May I have a motion? And
So moved.
thank you. Second?
Second.
I appreciate that. Second, properly moved and seconded. Is Councilman Parker on the call?
I'm here, Chair.
Okay, wonderful. Would you like to speak on your bill?
Yes, so if you all recall, in September, we passed BL 2020-403, I believe it was, which expanded the ability of small businesses to have outdoor dining during this stretch. And that had a sunset of February 15th, I believe it was, of 2021. This resolution extends that sunset out for one more year to February 15th, 2022. You know, I think back when we passed 403, we hoped that we would have made more progress with the pandemic by this point. So I think that there's going to continue to be a need as we head into spring, summer, and fall for small businesses to have these opportunities for additional outdoor seating. So I would appreciate y'all voting to support this resolution.
Thank you. Any further discussion? I don't see any hands. I'd just like to say I appreciate Councilman Parker for bringing this legislation forth. And as you stated, little did we know then, last fall or summer when this was passed, that we would still need to extend it. And certainly I support the extension and appreciate you bringing this forward. I still don't see any hands. So with that, we will move for a vote. Councilman Pulley.
Aye.
Councilman Nash.
Aye.
Councilmember Roberts.
Aye.
Councilman Rosenberg.
Aye.
Councilman Swope.
Yes.
Councilmember Vercher.
Aye.
Thank you. Chair votes aye. Councilmember Porterfield.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 8 in favor, 0 against. Moving to bill or resolution 2021-748 by Toombs and Gamble. Accepts a grant from the United States Department of Justice to the Metro Nashville Police Department to purchase bulletproof vests for law enforcement personnel. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. It's moved and properly seconded. Any discussion on the bill? I am a co-sponsor on the bill. And I think it speaks for itself. Are there any questions regarding this legislation? I think we have, we had Captain Gilder on the line. Oh, yes, he is here. Okay, Councilman Nash, I see your hand.
Councilor Gamble, this is kind of a routine grant that comes up every year. It doesn't buy us a whole lot of vests, but it does help in that fill in that rotation. And these vests have a term of about 5-6 years before they lose their effectiveness, and that's the reason we need to replenish that supply on an ongoing basis. They have a shelf life.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All right, I see no further hands. So with that, we'll move for approval. on RS 748. Councilman Pulley,
Aye.
Councilmember Nash,
Aye.
Councilmember Roberts,
Aye.
Councilmember Rosenberg,
Aye.
Councilmember Swope,
Yes.
Councilmember Vercher.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Councilmember Porterfield.
Aye.
Thank you. 8 in favor, 0 against. Moving to the last bill on our agenda, BL 2021-612 by Mendez, Gamble, O'Connell, and others, establishes a special commission to review and investigate the circumstances and responses pertaining to the suicide bombing in Nashville on December 25th, 2020, and to make any recommendations regarding public safety improvements. May I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion on this bill? I do not see Councilman Mendez. I am a co-sponsor on the bill.
Here, Chair.
What was that?
I'm here, Chair.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, Councilman Mendez, would you like to speak on the bill?
Sure. Thanks for having me to your committee meeting. The Council Member Gamble, who's Chair of Public Safety Committee, and Council Member O'Connell, whose district the bombing took place in, and I filed this legislation after talking to the administration about the terms of it. And the idea is not to duplicate any efforts that are going on in various parts of Metro to figure out sort of an after action report about what's happened. But the idea is to do two things. One is to have a public facing component of the city's review of this unprecedented bombing and destruction in the middle of our downtown. And two is to basically provide an umbrella where we can bring together the different components of reviews that are being done by different departments. You know, I think we all know the police department has got a internal review process, public works, emergency communications. There are multiple places that in the city government that are having reviews that they would do in the ordinary course anyway. But given the unprecedented nature of this, the idea again is to have something public facing so the public can participate in seeing what the city is doing in response, what information has been gathered, and also just to have a one-stop shopping rather than citizens having to dig through different departments to figure out what the review is of it. And with that, I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. Any further questions or discussion regarding BL 612? I don't see any hands. So with that, we will move for a vote. Councilman Pulley.
Aye.
Councilmember Nash.
Aye.
Councilmember Roberts.
Aye.
Councilmember Rosenberg.
Aye.
Councilmember Swope.
Yes.
Councilmember Vercher. Councilmember Vercher.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Councilmember Porterfield.
Aye.
Thank you. 8 in favor, 0 against. And that concludes our public safety meeting. Thank you all.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.